Anyway, so talking of people sending false ransom notes, let's go now and look at Derek Callella. But they can't catch these others. I think probably Derek is not that clever. Derek Callella apparently. These are the pictures from court that I showed you earlier. As I say, if I was Derek, I don't think I'd be very happy with that drawing. It makes, it's quite a weird sort of drawing, isn't it? But these courtroom drawings are always weird. But this is a photo of him. And he was arrested for sending texts, actually. I think there were texts that he supposedly sent to Annie and Tommaso. Well, we'll find out in a minute when I read to you about it. So this is what this that I'm going to read you now comes from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Arizona. Tucson, Arizona, Derek Callella, 42, of Hawthorne, California, pleaded guilty today to 2 counts of harassment using a telecommunication device. Sentencing is scheduled for September the 10th, 2026. I thought he'd already been sentenced, but anyway, before the United States District Judge John C. Hinderaker. In his plea, Callella admitted he called and sent text messages to a missing person's family on February the 4th, 2026, which asked about a Bitcoin transfer. God, all these kidnappers, they all like Bitcoin, don't they? What happened to the old-fashioned, put the unmarked notes in a bag and leave it at a certain place? What happened to that? Callella acknowledged he knew an earlier ransom demand had been made. Now, the thing is, these people are total scum, aren't they? Anyone, if the other ransom notes are fake, and obviously we know his was fake, they're almost as bad as the actual kidnapper. Imagine seeing that some family was going through, the fact that their loved one had been kidnapped, disappeared, no idea where they were, and your first thought is, oh, I can make some money out of this. Oh, I can make some money out of this. What sort of a lowlife does that? Pathetic. He admitted that his actions were meant to harass the family by seeking information about the investigation into the missing person's disappearance. A conviction for harassment using a telecommunication device carries a maximum penalty of 2 years imprisonment, a $250,000 fine, or both, and 1 year of supervised release. The FBI Phoenix Division's Tucson office is conducting the investigation. The U.S. Attorney's Office, District of Arizona, is handling the prosecution. And then it goes on to give the case number, etc. So that was what the United States Attorney's Office released about him pleading guilty. Now, I'm sure on JLR's X and on some other people's X, I thought he had been sentenced, and he's received what it was like just a supervised. Don't think he's got jail for it. Don't think so. Let's have a look. Where is it? Yeah, apparently his mother outside the courtroom told YouTube streamers, according to JLR, this is, told YouTube streamers that she hopes Derek gets help. Well, he needs help. Right, so this is what JLR says. They gave Derek Callella a C plea in federal court in Tucson. C pleas are generally rare. It's a set sentence, no sentencing guidelines. Don't know what that means. So have we got to wait till September? Oh, no. And then he said, 15 hours ago, he said a plea agreement was made and Derek Callella got 5 years probation for the Nancy Guthrie ransom hoax. So, 5 months probation. It's not much, is it, really? I mean, the thing is, what you have to think, I know he hasn't killed anyone, and, you know, the police have had to investigate that. They must, you know, that will have cost money. They've had to investigate it, they've had to go and arrest him, they've had to get the case prepared, etc. He's interfering with an investigation, a serious investigation. You know, I mean, a poor woman that's been, you know, apart from the cruelty that is inflicted on the family by, you know, trying to extort money from them and find out information. How did he even get their phone numbers, I wonder? But anyway, you know, it's not much, is it? I suppose 5 years is a long time, 5 years probation. I suppose in those 5 years he's got to be a very good boy, otherwise he's going to get taken to prison. I don't know what an appropriate sentence would be, but I think, you know, the cruelty of doing that, and maybe he has got some mental health issues. I think he's a drug addict. He said he was on drugs at the time. Now, I've got another article somewhere. Let's have a look. So let's see, where was it saying? I'm sure I saw somewhere. Anyway, he's pled guilty with 2 counts of telephonic harassment, and his plea deal calls for 5 years probation on each count, but to be served at the same time. Let me just show you this picture of him. Another different picture. So yeah, it's not very nice what this guy did, is it? You know, family already in torment them a little bit more. Why do that? Why did he do it? Well, he said he was on drugs at the time, which sounds pretty logical, because you know what? Also, he had no chance of getting away with it, because from what I can gather, he... Sorry, all these messages coming through. From what I can gather, he, you know, he did it from his phone. So he's not as clever as the other kidnap. You know, the other kidnap notes that have come through that apparently the FBI can't work out where they came from. He's not quite as clever as that, is he? Because from what he was found immediately, wasn't he? He was found immediately, really. Oh, this, you know, I mean, he's like as thick as, he's a thicko, isn't he? Because, you know, if you send a text message, you're going to be traced. Even I know that, and I'm rubbish with technology. But not only that, he made a phone call shortly after to Savannah. Oh, no, not to Savannah. A phone call shortly after today's show. It was Annie and Tommaso. He sent 2 text messages, a phone call. You know, he's lucky, really, that he's not going to prison. But it says he's due back in court for sentencing. So he's on probation until then? And he's been ordered into residential drug treatment. There you go. So that's what's happened with him.